Peace, family. Now, this is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Please do your own independent research. Now, let's get into this discussion. Is the US and China headed towards a war? The truth is, I think we're already in it. You see, this isn't a type of war that's fought with bombs, at least not as yet. It's the type of war that's fought with resources, supply chains, and positioning. What the US is doing at the moment with Venezuela is what China is doing with Taiwan. Not morally identical, but strategically similar. You see, Taiwan controls access to advanced tech and chips, think semiconductors. Venezuela, on the other hand, they control access to energy. Now, great power, they don't wait until shortages happen. They move before the leverage is gone. Now, there's an energy versus metal versus geography war that's going on. China secures metals such as silver, rare earths, and the processing power. The US, on the other hand, secures energy, think oil, gas, and stability. Greenland, no. Greenland is about geography and resources. They have rare earths, they have access to the Arctic, and shipping lanes. This is why Greenland keeps showing up in strategic conversations. It's not about land. Greenland is about what's under it and where it sits. Now, keeping in mind that this is educational content and not financial advice, I want you to listen to this video at least twice. And as you do, I want you to jot down a list of sectors in which you're going to do your research to find companies as an investor that you're willing to learn more about or invest in. Also, I want you to look at Venezuela and learn the lesson to never rely on one resource, never rely on one stream of income, because one stream of income is too close to none. Venezuela is the clearest warning the world has ever seen. They discovered massive oil reserves, especially the Orinoco Belt. All money flooded in, and slowly everything else weakened. Agriculture declined. Imports replaced local goods. The country became dependent on one income stream. When oil prices fell and sanctions tightened, the economy collapsed. Now, Guyana, as a neighbor to Venezuela, she got to sit at her window and witness all these things happen. And today she's still looking through that window. And I hope that she sees that this is where she matters. You see, Guyana is very early in her oil story. Very, very early. And she has something rare. That's the ability to feed herself through agriculture. Now, this is not a flex, but it is a warning. Oil should never support a country in a way in which it replaces its foundation. Guyana has US companies looking over her oil. Let's put it that way. Now, Venezuela did too, but US companies were forced out of Venezuela. You see, Venezuela's oil isn't cheap or easy. It's very heavy, very expensive, and needs lots of refining. So American and international companies invested billions of dollars to make that oil usable. But the rules changed on them. There was higher royalties, forced joint ventures, and governmental control. Eventually, major companies were pushed out. Now, some may say, oh, that was chaotic. But that was a resource nationalism. The US then placed sanctions and This actually didn't start overnight. This didn't start with Trump. It started way back. They then escalated over time and squeezed Venezuela's options. So Venezuela sold oil where it could. They aligned where they felt they had to, even if that meant aligning with countries that the US weren't okay with. So when access closed, their alliances shifted. Now, that's not ideology. For some, that's survival. But let's come around back to this talk about silver and rare earths and China's stroke point. You see, silver isn't just jewelry. No, it's electricity. It's one of the best conductors there is. It's used in electronics, in your iPhones, in solar, in data centers. It's used to power infrastructures. Silver cannot be replaced that easily. It's one of those metals that has a high use case. And China recently restricted silver exports by licensing who can export it. Now, this is not a ban, it's control. You see, China also dominates rare earth processing, meaning even when minerals are mined elsewhere, they often have to pass through China. And here's the line that most people miss. AI AI doesn't run on chips. AI runs on energy. So, no power equals no data centers and no grid, no AI race. That's why the US is securing energy, China is securing metals, and well, Greenland matters more than we want to realize. You see, this isn't chaos. It's a structural reset. The world is literally seeing a structural reset. And you know what, if you want a part two, I'll break down for you there how, well, not how, but who really benefits from all of this, which sectors are stressed, and how this reshapes markets, energy, and technology. So you have homework to do. Listen to this video. If you have to do it multiple times, do so. And then list the sectors in which you're interested in and the companies that you're interested in researching. And then I want you to also follow and turn on your notifications for part two. That's it. Remember, this isn't a war yet, not the kind that you see with bombs. This is about power structure and positioning.